Well met, everyone. Welcome back to Moonshadow Fantasy. I am your host, Makarios Moonshadow, aka Maka, coming at you with P6S Cache 1 in slow motion. Now, I know it looks like a lot, but I promise you I am here to make this super easy and simple. If I have time for cosplay, you have time to learn Cache 1. So, here's how it works. The map is actually divided into 4 rows of squares, reading from north to south, top to bottom, with 2 markers in each, and there's only 4 debuff numbers that you could possibly get. 20, 8, 12, 16. The 20s are at the top, followed by the 8s, the 12s, and the 16s at the bottom. And as soon as she's done casting Cache, you have about 10 seconds to find where you need to be, so you have plenty of time. Make sure on your HUD bar that your status enfeeblements are blown up to 200%, and that is somewhere right in the middle of your screen so you can see it, because once she's done casting Cache, Cachexia, you're going to get 2 debuffs, a little purple man with a number under it, and a wing or a snake, which also has a number under it, but you're going to ignore that. You're just looking for the number under the purple man. Okay? And that number is going to determine which row you're on. You find your number, you find your row, you make sure you're on the correct side of the map, which is always going to be the opposite color debuff that you have. So if you have wings, you go to the snake side. Snake sides are always on the left. And if you have the snake, the purple snake, you're going to go on the wing side, which is always on the right. So if you have snake, you go to the right. If you have wing, you go to the left. And you just find your row and stand on your marker, unless you have the number 20, which I do, and I'll show you how that works. So first in normal speed, then we'll do it in slow-mo. You take a look at your debuff, you go to your marker, and you're just counting explosions. There's going to be 4 sets before the whole dance starts. So that was explosion 1, that was explosion 2. Here comes explosion 3. Explosion 4 hits the 20s, and that's when we move out. The 8s move in, take their explosion, move back out to their marker, and all we're doing is we're baiting explosions, taking turns, moving in and out, and at the very end, everyone just swaps sides. Heals and shields for a tank buster, followed by a raid wide. Well, there's going to be this raid wide with the wings and snakes. That's why we swap sides. Then another then a tank buster, then another raid wide. So big healing during all this. But really, it's just watch your cast bar. Once it reaches the end, be looking in where you put your debuffs, your status enfeeblements. Note which number you get first, because it's a countdown. The first number that pops up, that's your number. You just find the row it belongs to, 20s, 8s, 12s, 16s. You just be on the right side, stand on your marker, and just wait your turn to bait. No puns. So here it is in slow-mo. We'll go over it really quickly one more time. She finishes her cast bar. We get the purple man and the snake. So we got number 20. So we go to the first row, because that's where we belong, and we stand in front of our markers. Everyone else is going to stand on their markers. And because we have snake, we want to be on the wing side of her wing sides. The first explosion goes on the 8s on row 2. They stay on their marker. The second set of explosion goes on the 12s. They're staying on their marker as well. The third explosion goes on the 16s in the back. They're also just staying on their marker until we get that fourth explosion, which lands on the 20s. We move out. We're going to take one more minor explosion, and that's when the 8s move in. They take their explosion, and then they move out. They can go anywhere. Then the 12s move in. They take their explosions, and then they move out. And then the 16s move in, take their explosion, and they can move wherever they want because there's no more explosions. And that's all it is. It's just baiting AoEs, waiting for your turn. And at the very end, when she starts to cast FFXIV, whatever that word is, everyone just swaps sides. Because that's what your last and final debuff is for, which it'll change. So you just move sides. And that's it. Bob's your uncle, or Phil, or Larry, or Karen. And she'll do another tank buster, so tanks be wary, and then followed by a raid wide. And that's Cache. What I do is I stand in the middle of the map while I'm waiting for her cast to go off, and then I look to where my debuffs are going to pop up. I take just one quick note of what that first number is under the purple man, and I don't worry about anything else other than just finding my row. It's always 20s, 8, 12, 16s. So you can always narrow it down because the 20s are always at the top, the 16s are always at the bottom, the 8s are always first in line with the explosions, so they're underneath the 20s. And then the only thing left is the bastard child 12s that are located on row 3. And that's it. You just stand there and wait your turn. Count the explosions. On the 4th explosion set, those hit the 20s, they move out, and then just starts the dance of taking your turn, moving in, taking a hit, and moving back out. That's cash. It's really easy, but here are the details, so take a screenshot of that if you need to. My name is Macario's Moonshadow, aka Maka. Please join our Discord, because we're always looking for people. We need healers and things for our static raids. We got more guides coming to you soon. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. And we will see you on the next guide. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. My name is Maka. I'll see you on the next one.